Welcome to Voicing Your Brand. I'm your host, Tami Romani, and as a voiceover talent for more than 30 years, I've been a voice for many brands. But in today's digital marketing world, you've got to have your own voice for business. So now my mission is to help you learn how to use your voice for success by unlocking your authentic voice to tell your story and be heard. Are you ready? Welcome to the studio. Oh, thank you so much for joining me today for this very first episode of Voicing Your Brand. Now, my name is Tami Romani. Like I said in the intro a few seconds ago, I have been a voiceover talent in some way or form, or I've just been speaking behind a microphone for over 30 years, and I will leave it at that because, honestly, the number is closer to 40, but that just makes me sound ancient. So I don't feel ancient. I'm not going to go there. Let's just say I've spent a lot of time over the past several decades by myself in a padded room talking into a microphone. So making the leap to the newest form of digital marketing where we've got to turn a camera on ourselves and talk to our tribe, talk to our followers, our potential customers. That was a huge leap for me. Again, remember, I'm used to working in my pajamas in a padded room. So I hope that you can relate to that and that part of my story. I will be sharing more of my story over the weeks and months ahead. But first, I want to just introduce myself. Again, my name is Tami Romani. You can find me all over social media at Tami Romani. My website is tamiromani.com. Yes, it's Italian. No, I can't claim that in my own blood, but I am married to an Italian for 35 years. My husband is a custom home builder. If you'd like to check out romaniconstruction.com, he builds high-end custom homes here in Southern California. So I am inundated with this concept of building something great, building something creative. I call him a house artist. So what I see in you've got to make a plan, and then you lay the foundation, and then you frame it out. You might find me now and then translating that to your voice and your story and your brand voice, actually, in how you do your business online in the space of digital marketing. So, let me get this out of the way. I said that I've had several decades of experience. I am going to play for you something that we voice actors all have. It is a commercial demo. And what the commercial demo is a compilation of our voice on commercials. Now, it can be commercials that we've actually voiced. It can also be scripts that we've come across that perhaps a demo producer would like to hear our voice on. So I am going to play for you now my commercial demo just as a brief introduction to my voice and what it can do. And then we'll talk a little bit more after that. Okay, here goes. Be ready. For high fever, nothing works faster or lasts longer than children's Motrin. Decorations, egg dyeing kits, and great deals on candy, like mini Cadbury eggs, Peeps, and M&Ms. Target, expect more, pay less. Some people just aren't used to hearing yes. When you're ready, come to Groove Auto. There, in the middle of town, we discovered a small restaurant bustling with activity. I asked the server how they'd become so popular, and she smiled and pointed to a shelf filled with Barilla pasta. Behind the silver, there's a story of higher standards. At Philadelphia, we always use fresh local milk, blended with real wholesome cream. Oh, look! Daddy's in there making a grease fire for Mommy. Plus, get up to 18 months, no interest. The Metro Modern collections at Ashley Furniture Home Store. Great style doesn't have to be expensive. I call a central distributor, and instead of being shuffled around through 5 different agents, I'm routed straight through to the valve guru. He pushes the specs of every possible replacement right to my laptop, and we're set. Build awareness and show your support, knowing that net proceeds go to the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement. Okay. got that out of the way. No, listen, I am a working voice actor. You can also call me a voiceover talent, voiceoverist. There's no right way to say what I do, but I am a working voice actor. If any of what you heard sounds like something that you need for your business, reach out to me and maybe I can help you with an explainer video. I do a lot of medical narration. I do a lot of behind the scenes corporate things. So not a ton of commercial work, but I will say that the commercial demo is the cornerstone. If you want to hear the rest of my demos, go to tamiromani.com/voiceover and you will hear everything there. There's e-learning, there's medical, there's different types of demos for different genres of voiceover work. So now I want to go back to talk about your voice and why I have been feeling for many, many months that I need to start this podcast. I would say a couple of years ago, I had a friend come to me and she was really starting to come up in the world of the digital marketing space. She had a product for sale. She had written a book. She was getting more and more popular and it scared her, quite frankly. And she came to me and she said, my book agent says I need to be going live on Facebook and I really hate my voice. What do I do? How do I get comfortable with that? And that started the wheels turning for me. If she needs this, how many other new entrepreneurs out there, new digital CEOs, as one of my mentors, James Wedmore, calls it, how many more of us out there are there who really need help with becoming more comfortable in their voice? I have heard people say that they are delaying what they know they're supposed to do simply because they don't think people will respond to their voice. Now, I have a short little program called the 7-Day Vocal Makeover. It's priced under $50. You know what? At the end of this episode, I'll give you a special coupon code to get 20% even off of that. If you've never thought about your voice before and the importance of your voice, I encourage you to take a look at that. It will kind of set you on a path towards understanding that people judge you almost immediately on your voice. Now, think about it. How many times have you turned off a podcast, could not listen to a speaker, couldn't even maybe sit through a church service because the speaker's voice just grated on you somehow? I would say everyone has a pet peeve. Everyone has a pet peeve. And for me, it's vocal fry and repeating a lot of filler words. It distracts me so much from the message that I cannot listen to that person. And let me explain what vocal fry is. Vocal fry is when there's it's kind of, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a California girl thing that a lot of celebrities use to actually gain attention, and so people copy it. For me, I can't bear it. I just can't listen to it. And that just means when you've got this quality to your voice where you've just got this vocal fry and you sound very tired and there's just not enough air coming through to carry the words. And can you see how distracting that might be from the actual message? Think if I had a vocal fry in my voice and I was doing this for the entire podcast. You would not be able to listen to me, right? Well, I wouldn't be able to listen to me. And not only is it bad for your voice, it's terrible for your vocal cords, but it makes people turn you off. And in an upcoming episode, I'm going to go through various vocal issues that can be corrected and corrected quite easily, I might add. But I do want you to understand this very basic idea that yes, people are judging you. I'm sorry, we're not supposed to judge people, but everyone has a preference. Everyone has a pet peeve. And if you are in business for yourself, if you have a product or a service that you sell, you want to be able to attract the most people with a soothing, calming demeanor and voice. Am I right? So that's what this podcast is going to address. We are also going to be talking about branding in general and business tips and just all the things that create your brand. Now, if this is the first time you've ever heard that term, we need to go back even farther. You are your brand. And that is the truth whether you represent a network marketing company, you are in the multi-level marketing space, which God bless you. I'm there too. I think it's an amazing side gig income. But you're representing you, and you are giving your followers a solution to their problem, right? You're not that brand. Your brand is you. So you need to be you. You do need to be you in terms of your voice as well. So I don't want to say that we are changing your voice, that we are restructuring your vocal cadence and all of that. Your voice has a personality, and your voice is part of who you are and who your brand is. I just want you to become aware of the fact that there are things you can do to make what you've got even better, and to open you up to even more people. Okay? So that's our goal with this podcast. A little bit more introduction of myself. Again, Tami Romani. You can find me online, Tami Romani. I'm a grandma, and I'm a mom. I'm actually an empty nester mom, so that's a whole other thing, and we may be talking some more about empty nesters in a different podcast, but there's a lot going on in my life right now. I'm actually approaching the ripe old age of 60, and I don't see any chance of slowing down because I really feel a calling to help you. So I hope that just this brief introduction to what we're about to do here has been helpful for you. I cannot wait to talk to you more and give you more and more details. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Today's episode of Voicing Your Brand has been brought to you by the Brand Voice Roundtable. Now, the Brand Voice Roundtable is a free Facebook group hosted by me where you can go to practice your craft. It's a safe space. It's a non-judgment space, a place where we talk about branding, we talk about the voice, and more importantly, it is a place where you can go live inside the group, practice your message, have some feedback and some encouragement to put your voice out there to the world. I'd love to see you join us around the table. Go to TamiRomani.com/table to join.